I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Patrick Helmers. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am terrific tonight.
It's
Absolutely.
It's a great pleasure to connect with you, Patrick. Please do tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am near Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, sweet. Well,
Love the country.
You do? Is it cold right now, or is it, is it below 40 right now?
Fahrenheit? No, not yet.
Oh, sweet.
It's 52 right now. We had a warm 80-degree day on Saturday, and it poured raining yesterday. And today, it's like a real fall day.
Oh,
true fall.
Love it. I love fall. Well, please do tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
I believe we're both podcasters.
Yeah.
Just not many people are podcasters. So you and I, we're in a very small club.
Yeah. You say podcaster, I say family. Yeah, podcaster, family podcaster. So who did you learn this skill from? Well, first tell us about your podcast, please. Tell us what you do there, and then I'll put in my 2 cents.
Sure. I host the Sales Babble podcast, Selling Secrets for Non-Sellers. And we teach people who are uncomfortable with the sales to get comfortable with sales.
Yeah, and they're pretty good. I enjoyed that podcast today. I get the opportunity to sample so many podcasts right now, focusing these interviews on podcasters. Who did you learn the skill of sales from?
From sales? Oh, I taught myself. I read a bunch of books, and I used to teach a lot of classes, so sales is really about teaching.
Yeah.
Sales is really about asking great questions and understanding what customers are struggling with, and hopefully, just maybe, you can help them.
So, it's amazing. Some people are speaking of the cold sell and how valuable that is, right? As opposed to the building relationships, and you build relationships. Which would you prefer?
Well, I prefer building relationships. That's where I come from, but it kind of depends on the business.
Yeah.
Some businesses, you don't really have an opportunity to build a relationship with customers. And sometimes when you see a prospective client, prospective customer, you only see them once. And if you don't close on them right then and there, that's it. But where I come from, selling enterprise sales, selling business-to-business sales, most people, it takes forever for them to make a decision. It could take a year to make a sale. So it's all about relationships, Now,
the conversation I got the opportunity to listen to was with you and Miles Austin.
Yes.
Wow.
He's terrific.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like him because he knows a lot about marketing. He knows a lot about sales. And he gave us a whole bunch of tips on tools and things that we could use. Yeah, what a terrific guy. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you did well. I like your $1 million laugh, though.
Oh.
I think it's a signature. Yeah.
I laugh at everything.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Right.
It was good, but definitely I went away from that podcast, amazing audience, and I went straight to my reminders file on my phone, and I typed in possibly about 10 things, and then I remembered, hey, as a podcaster, we put links in the show notes. So there were links in the show notes. Yeah. So, sales definitely has its ups and downs. Why will you continue to repeat this skill of what you do, Patrick?
Well, right now I'm working a whole lot on growing my speaking abilities. I've been teaching sales and consulting with sales for many, many years, but right now I have a passion about taking it up a level, and I'm really deeply into this. The fundamental problem I want to solve is this idea that people don't listen, and you can never learn when you're talking. You can only learn when you're listening. And what I would like to do is, and the things that I'm working on these days, is to try to convey that to people, that if you truly want to be persuasive, if you truly want to connect with others, which is what's necessary to sell them, but all kinds of other things beyond that, need to listen.
Yeah. I put in that silence right there, right? Just for the listening aspect of what we're speaking about, because it is necessary, and it looks like that, right? It sounds like that, where you stop and you listen, right? I had one person on who said, "Hey, someone speaks, you count to 3 when they're finished."
Mm.
You know, and it's really counterculture, isn't it?
It is. Most people, when they sell, they feel that you have to be a fast talker, that you have to like get all the information out about the thing that you're selling, as opposed to saying something along the lines like, "Engel, tell me what you're struggling with today, sir. What problems are you working on?" And I listen.
Yeah, and then speak.
Really? What else? Really? What else? And I keep asking that until I find out the problem that you have. Is that something that I can solve? Because you're not going to buy from me if it doesn't add value to your life, if it doesn't add value to your business. No,
Yeah.
I hope you're not.
Yeah. Well, Patrick, please tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
One other thing that I've done consistently over the last 3 years. Well, I've constantly lived present to the moment. I've done an awful lot of traveling in the last 3 years. I moved to Asia last year, and I lived in China and in Thailand, and I learned how to be a digital nomad. My wife just took a job over the summer 3 hours south of here, so I'm living every weekend. We travel back and forth, and we've constantly recreated our lives. We're constantly recreating ourselves, and that has been incredibly interesting, incredibly fascinating.
How does it make you feel?
It's scary at times, but for the most part, it's fun.
Yeah.
Some people would look at it. Some people think we're crazy. I can't believe that you quit good jobs, move to Asia. I can't believe that you're living apart. And we've been married for a long time. But it's actually been quite a great adventure. We're only on this planet for a little bit of time.
I totally agree with that.
Better not squander it.
So it's intriguing. Why would you suggest to someone out there that's listening who may be in that same arena of life where they are even considering the idea of traveling the way you are? Why would you suggest to them to do what you've done?
I would strongly consider it. You got to look at your life. If you have responsibilities, family responsibilities and whatnot, it could be a difficult thing to do. But really be honest with yourself. Are people really that relying on you? Do they really need you? And if not, what's holding you back? I challenge people to wake up and to be honest what's really going on in their lives. And if you honestly look at how you're reacting, you will often see possibility that never existed before.
Amazing audience. We are live with Patrick Helmers. Patrick is the podcast host of Sales Babble Sales. Hey, do check that out. Selling secrets for non-sellers. Patrick, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Patrick, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Playing with a plastic boat in a little hole of water on a concrete sidewalk.
Wow. How old do you think you were?
Maybe 4.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
I don't know. It's something the way humans are designed. We can't remember anything before then.
Yeah.
But it meant a lot to me at the time, so it's stuck in my head. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Okay.
Boom. I love the idea, Patrick, from our small conversation, as small as it's been, how you've created in a place where it seems impossible an opportunity to travel, to live a life of what can seem as impossible. So there's a boat on the concrete sidewalk. There's the Patrick in the Asia. That is fascinating.
You should be reading tarot cards. You have the perfect voice for it. Your voice is silky smooth. Perfect for reading tarot cards. You could be right. It's all about travel.
It's all
The
about
journey.
travel.
The journey.
Yeah, even from a little boy. So if we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Oh, I was 12? Oh, good golly. I don't know.
What's one song that pops up?
8th grade? Gosh, I can't remember what's popular. 8th grade. The Beatles? I don't know. Something the Beatles did? Yeah, I don't know.
Choose one.
I don't know. It's so hard to choose. This is really tough. Engel, I love music, and I've listened to these albums over and over again, and they all merge into one big thing. You know,
it's cool.
Yeah, I love those songs.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's very hard for me to churn.
Yeah.
You know, back in the USSR, okay, I picked one.
All about traveling, right?
Yeah.
All right, Patrick, well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Patrick, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
You said you're married, right? Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
That's a tough question.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes.
What about screen time? The phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, probably about 6 to 8.
All right.
Probably about 8.
All right. Patrick, after having 1,001 conversations in 2016, in 3 months, I came up with a workbook, and the name of it is Your Own Unique Real Self.
Mm-hmm.
Connected to that is your own unique real statement. Your mission, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Patrick Helmers, what would you say that is?
I help people.
Love it. Patrick Helmers, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I'm honored. I'm not kidding you, Engel. I am honored that you would have me visit you.
Yeah.
It's not often you get to be to authentically really appreciate the work that people do, because a lot of what people do is just mechanical. What you're doing is amazing. Thank you.
You are welcome, and I do appreciate you taking the time to be here. Patrick Helmers, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.